Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode we're going to be taking a little look at something that I'm quite passionate about, and that is how to mix two-stroke or two-cycle fuel. Only because I do a lot of repairs on two-stroke stuff, and so much stuff comes in either running too lean, too rich, it's not running right, it's bogging down, and all that sort of lovely stuff. And 99% of the reason is incorrectly mixed fuel. And this can lead to catastrophic failure within the engines and all of that sort of stuff. So this is something I'm quite passionate about. So many people I hear just chuck oil in, just chuck petrol in, and it's run fine for 15 years. That's absolutely fantastic if that's the way you want to go. But I'm quite particular on how I mix my fuel. And I truly believe that so many people out there in the public, not necessarily the commercial guys, because they normally buy their stuff pre-mixed, but the home user people tend to not get it quite right. They buy different types of containers and what have you to mix the fuel up, and I believe them not to be 100% accurate. And there isn't a lot of room between the two of running, say, 50 to 1 or 40 to 1. There's not a lot in it, but definitely the machine's performance can be enhanced if the fuel is mixed at the correct rate. So that's the video we're going to be doing today. If this is your first time in watching Micks Mowers, hit your subscribe button or whack your bell and set your notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or two on my Saturday night wiki live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. Before we do get on, I've had a couple of bits and pieces sent to me. This one has been bought off my Amazon wish list, and there's also a customs declaration on it. So I'm not quite sure what the score is. But it's come from my Amazon wish list because I've got a notification to say so. However, I haven't got a bit of paper inside here apart from the invoice to say who it came from. So unfortunately, I don't know. But they bought me, there must be a 10 or 14 pack here of NGK B2LM spark plugs. There's a bag full of them, absolutely full, which is fantastic. But I would like to know who it was because I'd like to thank you personally. But there you go. So if you did send me these NGK spark plugs, please let us know in the comment section below, because I'd like to say thanks, because without you sort of guys and girls purchasing this sort of stuff, you know, running a YouTube channel costs money. It's as simple as that. So thank you very much for that. On a completely separate note, as you all know, my little Riley boy's got additional needs, and he's got a rare syndrome called Smith-Magenis syndrome. Just this weekend gone, they had a big meeting up in Birmingham with regards to a biannual conference that we run for children and adults all over the world. Come down to Birmingham and Solihull for a big, massive 3-day event. And we're in the planning process, but because of the thing that's going around the world at the moment, there's a very high risk that one, either we can't run the conference, or two, we'll have to run a slim down conference. And as a small charity, the Smith-Magenis Syndrome UK Foundation can't afford to take a hit of the amount of money if we have to cancel late notice this conference. It is a massive event for us. However, I'm not asking for money, I'm not asking for anything along that line at all, full stop, okay? I'm not asking a ton of that. The main reason is I'm doing this little shout out is because when the trustees, which I am, went to Birmingham, I didn't go. I couldn't go, I had commitments. But the trustees were all there doing planning. I was there via a video FaceTime thing. I was actually in a room on a computer, so I was able to join in but couldn't actually attend. But they're all sitting there scoffing cake. I love cake, as we all know. And I said, where's mine? So very fortunately, I've got a little tiny parcel just arrived today. And today is Tuesday. So this is only over the weekend. And it just simply says, enjoy, our friend, love, Mark, Emma and the kids. And that's from one of the other trustees, Emma. She's absolutely fantastic. She does so much work for kids and for young adults and the parents and the carers all over the world. She connects them with other families and she talks to them personally. She'll even ring them up, she'll FaceTime, she'll go and visit. She does fundraising events. She is an absolute fantastic person. So Emma sent me just a little tiny gesture, which is a bit of a Mickey take in many ways, but she has sent me over a little tiny box of cake, which is absolutely fantastic. Lemon cake, red velvet, vanilla, and chocolate sponges. She sent me a little tiny box there of cake for me to enjoy. So thank you very much indeed for that, Emma. I do truly appreciate it. For those of you that are not aware of Smith-Magenis syndrome, can you please visit, in the description you'll find a YouTube channel, and it is all about the Smith-Magenis Syndrome UK Foundation, the work that we do. There's charity stuff we got on there, there's fundraising events we've done, there's information about, there's awareness and what have you. I'm not asking you to contribute any type of finance towards this, okay? All I'm simply asking you to do is to go over to the Smith-Magenis Syndrome UK Foundation YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. Just click the link, hit the subscribe button, whack the bell, and just put a little note in the comments saying Micks Mowers has sent me over to have a little look. Okay, that's all I want you to do. It's not a very, very active channel, but just every now and again there will be a little something comes out, and it'll just give you a little bit of awareness of what me as a parent and Mrs. P do on a daily basis, living with somebody that has been diagnosed with Smith-Magenis syndrome. That's all I ask. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with the video. Two-stroke, two-cycle mixing fuel, and how to do it. In my regard, how to mix it like a professional, okay, at home. This is a very, very simple video, and I'm convinced everybody can do it, okay, with some very, very simple bits and pieces. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's start mixing some fuel. Okay, so for this little tiny video, you're going to need some bits and pieces, okay? It's all going to be very, very low cost and possibly something you're going to have in your house already, okay? And this is how I mix and how I believe people should mix their two-stroke fuel in any quantity or in any measures, whether it be in litres or gallons or whatever sort of you want. So this video should cater for absolutely everybody, okay? What you're going to need is you're going to need some two-stroke oil, okay, which I have. You're going to need some petrol. Now for this exercise, I'm going to be using just normal water, okay? Just water, because I don't want to mix up loads of fuel I'm not going to use. And also I've mixed up some other water with some food colouring inside it, just to show the experiment, so to speak, okay? So I'm not actually using petrol, okay? What you're also going to need is a measuring device, okay? This can be one of these fandangled ones, or it can be one with a, it's got oil one side, or it's got petrol the other, or it can be just a jug you got in your kitchen. Just be mindful if you're mixing up petrol out of your wife's measuring jug, just to go and buy her a new one or whatever, or go and pick yourself something up that's got measuring increments on it. Okay, so you need one of those, and then you're gonna need one of these, which is what you find in most kids' medicine bottle containers. So when you buy your child a Calpol, a Nurofen, or whatever it is, they generally come with one of these, okay? You can get these in all different types of shapes and forms. I also have some here which are like the hypodermic ones, which you can buy as well for smaller increments. I also use these for oiling up Ransom Marquis back rollers, because they need to be oiled and not greased. So you can use one of the little tiny cups you get, the measuring cups you get out of medicine cup things as well. That's the sort of thing you're looking for. So anything around the house that has got a measurement on it, okay? Looking for that. And then also the other thing you're looking for is one of these. A smartphone, an iPad, a PC, a laptop, anything that's got the internet on it, that's what you're looking at, okay? Anything that can download apps, okay? That's what you're looking for. So the majority of machines that I have coming run at 50 to 1, 40 to 1, 25 to 1. They are the predominant mixtures that I have to mix up, okay? But now and again I get a little funky one coming in. It might run at something a bit weird, and sometimes I struggle to remember what the quantities are. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to mix up, first of all, just off the hip, I'm going to mixing up a 40 to 1 mix, okay? But now I only normally mix up 500 millilitres of petrol at any one time, only because that's roughly the amount that goes into a strimmer or a trimmer or a blower. They're roughly about 500 mil for a full tank. So I only mix up the amount of fuel that I require. If you mix up 10 litres because you're a commercial guy, that's absolutely fantastic. But if you're just a home user and you mix up 5 litres, it may take you sort of 4 or 5 months to get through that fuel, and by the time you get halfway through, your fuel will start to go off. So you can just pick up a little tiny 500 millilitre bottle, which is a standard Coke bottle or fizzy pop bottle. They're about 500 mil, or pick yourself up a little tiny litre device like this, okay? So you can mix any quantity you like. So what I'm going to be doing first off is I'm going to be mixing up 50 to 1, okay? So I'm just going to pour this water in up to the 500 mil line, okay? Up it goes, and that's absolutely bang on 500 millilitres. There's no room for argument there, that's what it is, okay? 500 mil, so we're happy with that. Now let's just say we're mixing at 50 to 1, okay? How much oil do we need to put into that to make that 50 to 1 mix? Well, it's very, very simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto my phone, okay, and on in my app store, which would be, it's actually here, I've got an app that is called Gas gas oil mix. So go onto your Android phone, your Apple phone, whatever phone you've got, go onto your phone and just download an app which is pretty much the same. Gas oil mix, 2-stroke mix, anything along that line, it'll tell you, and they're all pretty much the same. But this gas oil mix is actually a really good app, okay, because you can not only mix in really small increments like 1 litre, or go right down to 0.5 of a litre, or you can go even lower than that if you wanted to, okay. You can go down to 0.2 of a litre, okay. Whatever you wanted to mix, you can go down to that, okay. So we're going to be mixing 500 millilitres, but we want 50 to 1. So let's go to 0.5 of a litre. We need to put 10 mils of oil into this container to make that 50 to 1 mix, okay. Let's just say we want to mix at 40 to 1. You just simply change that to 40, and then we need to put 12.5. So let's just say you're over in America and you mix in slightly different measurements, okay. You go into settings and you then just change that to the US version, okay. You come back out of there, and then we're in gallons. Let's just say you want to mix up 500 gallons, okay, at 50 to 1. That's how much oil you need to put in. If you just want to mix up 5 gallons, that's how much oil you need to put in. It's as simple as that. Now, because this is so easy, I don't want to spend much time on it. Just download a simple app. You haven't got to write this stuff down, have it on a post-it note, hang up in your shed just to remember. You haven't got to write it on your can. Just go onto your phone and put in whatever you want to do, okay? So I'm going to be mixing up in the UK because I'm in the UK. But as I say, you can just change it to whatever you want, right? So we're going to be mixing up 50 to 1, but we're going to be mixing up 0.5 of a litre, okay? Let's get rid of that, and we want 0.5. That's half a litre, okay? And all we want to do is we want to just mix up 10 millilitres of oil. Now I've got my my oil here, and these little tiny devices, they come in 2.5 and they come in 5 mils. So we want 10 mil of oil. So all we're going to do is we're going to suck up down to the 5. Now that's just over the 5. So we're just going to come down to where it says 5. That's absolutely bang on. And we're going to put that straight into the tub. So there's 5. And there's the other 5. So that is now 50 to 1 mix, 500 mil and 10 mil of 2-stroke oil in this container. It's very important to put the top back on, okay? And then to make sure that you mix your fuel well before you actually introduce it into your tank. Otherwise the oil will just sit all together. So give it a good mix up, okay? Careful not to go too mad because it will sort of try and escape because of the vapors. But that's how you mix 50 to 1 for half a litre. Now, as I say, if you want to mix up big quantities, okay, all you simply have to do is go onto your phone or whatever it is you want to use, and you want to just push up a much bigger quantity. Let's say you're a commercial guy and you want to mix up, say, 15 litres of this stuff. You need to put 300 mil in. Now, yeah, granted, you may have to have a slightly bigger device than this, okay, if you're a commercial guy, but you'll have that. You may decide to have 2 of these, okay, one of which you just fill up with oil and you just count it as it goes down. You can do that, okay. Lots of other containers also, they come with a little tiny measurement on here as well, which tells you how much oil you got in here, so you can work it out via that. So that's how I mix fuel as a pro. So don't go mucking about looking for numbers and calculations. You can literally just go onto this app and you can just download the app. It's completely free of charge, comes with no adverts at all, and you can put in there whatever you like. So if you want to mix up 25 to 1, 15 litres, you need 600 mil. But if you're only a little tiny fella like me, but just like a little home user, all you want to do is mix up 1 litre. You just put that in, and you need to have 40 mil. But if you're in the States, just change the settings over to the US conversion. And there you go. 1 gallon is 5.12 fluid ounces, okay? If you want to mix up your 5 gallons, simply, there's your conversion. If you want to mix it not 25 to 1, but at 40 to 1, there's your conversion. It's as simple as that. And as long as you have a measuring device, which tells you how much fuel you've got in, or if you go to the pump and you know exactly how much fuel's gone into your can, as long as you've got a small measuring device or something to measure off of, you can then mix your fuel exactly as you want it. And you can see this is now 500 mil and the line is now just over. Okay, so I've got the correct mixture there for 50 to 1 fuel mixture for my strimmer. Okay, so there you have it. It is as plain and as simple as that. And I cannot stress enough how critical it can be, especially if you're running bits of two-stroke equipment that require you to run that engine at a particular oil mix. Now, you may have a strimmer, a trimmer, a leaf blower, and they all run at different qualities of fuel. That's why I recommend buying one of these, because if you have 3 of these, you can mix up 1 litre of each. That's only 3 litres. Okay, but if you're leaf blowing, strimming and trimming on a fortnightly basis, it's only going to take you about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to get through that 1 litre. You can have a big 10 litre drum, but just mix up 1 litre or 500 ml as per what you require. The problem comes with lots of two-strokes is, as we're coming towards winter, is if you leave the fuel mixture in that tank and don't drain it out, don't winterize it, that oil will start to break down, start to consolidate around all the jets and around all the orifices inside the carburetor, and that's what starts to block up your carburetor. So only mix up what fuel you need is my best advice. So you need very, very, very small bits of pieces of equipment. All you need is a very, very simple measuring device. It can be as small as this or it can be as big as you like, depending on your services that you require. And then just another device just to measure your fuel in. Simple as that. Apart from that, all you then need is a mobile app, a phone, a smartphone, a laptop, a PC, whatever. If you then want to write it all down because you only have those bits of equipment, then that's good to go. But just make sure that if it requires 40:1 fuel or requires 50:1 fuel, you mix it up exactly correctly. I hope you enjoyed this sort of video from Micks Mowers in regards to how to mix up 2-cycle, 2-stroke fuel like a pro, because that's how we do it. Exactly in the shops, when you buy it pre-made, that's all they're doing. We're just measuring it out. Simple as that. You're just paying someone to do it and you're paying the extra cost. That's all they're doing. Give us a thumbs up. If it's your first time watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button and whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or 2 on my Saturday night wiki live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM at UK time. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take it easy.